Hello, everybody.
everybody. Well, I thought I was doing the intro.
All right, take two.
Okay, take two. That's right. Forget this ever happened.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, forget. Hello, everybody. I am Puppetine from the Geeky Puppet Show here on the Geeky Puppet Show.
And I am the comic book frog who talks about, comic books and Stargirl and Supergirl and
Comic
everything you like.
shows.
Yeah.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, this episode is something special. We have left the Shadowlands. Of course, we lost the Shade with that. But we have gained a new hero. Who could it be? It is Dr. Midnight, the OG.
I thought you wanted me to start singing the song. Who can it be now? Who can it be now?
No. We're not doing that. We're just talking about who is there, and that is the new Dr. Midnight. He and Beth are getting along. They're both using their goggles. It seems that he's having a little bit of trouble with Pat trying to, I guess, reconnect with the only surviving member of the JSA that he's seen. But they are trying to search for Eclipso, and they are going to have his location in about 4 hours with the work split between them.
I want to point out that because of this show, speculators are now raising the price on Eclipso comics.
Good. Alrighty. Also,
they've gone up 50 cents.
I don't have 50 cents. I don't have any pockets.
That's not good for you, bro.
Oh, well. But before that, we get to see a little bit earlier, while the Shade was helping Courtney get out of the Shadowlands, we get to see Beth and Green Lantern's daughter, Jade, is she called Jade in this?
Yeah, she's called Jade. Green Lantern's daughter.
Okay, good. Just wanted to be sure they didn't try to give her another name. So they are at the school. They get to see the fight that's going on.
We could call her the Green Flyer.
Jenny. Her name's Jenny.
She likes burning stuff. Yeah, but she likes burning stuff down.
Yes. So they go into the school, which is still damaged from the fight. And we get to see as there's a little bit of residue on the floor. Oh, what's that?
Ectoplasm.
Ew. Yes, it's like ectoplasm. But it gets into the ring and it starts kind of affecting Jenny. They quickly go back and we're caught up to real time, and that's when we get that interaction I told you about. In the meantime, Courtney and Pat are going to try to do what they can for the two members of the JSA that have, left the group, as it were.
Yep, and I like how, what happens with the whole thing with Cindy. You know, it's awkward working with your enemy to go against your mutual enemy.
I know what that's like.
They really handle it. I know. I mean, being the hero every day and have to work with the villain over there, Lex Luthor. I mean, it's very hard.
Sure, that's what I meant.
Oh, well. Anyway, so they go over to Yolanda. Basically, what's her name? Courtney tries to sweet talk her back in, saying like, "Don't worry, you're not the only killer. They've all killed before." And she's like, "This is supposed to make me feel better." I'm thinking like, smack her, because she's being stupid.
Well, she's trying to make her understand that she is not the only one who's ever had to carry that weight in the original
and that's what I mean. I mean, the fact that she's so selfish, like, oh, woe is me, I killed someone. Dude, people do it every day.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
And hers was just, the guy was gonna freaking put everybody in a mind slave.
Yes. I'm going to go ahead and say, because after that, Courtney does give in and she walks away. But we see that
Cindy was stalking them.
Yeah, Sydney was watching. So
Yolanda like a little gazelle, and
Eric Breen, who Charlton 66 of the four color fossils picked up House of Secret 61 last weekend. Oh.
Yeah.
Hello to you, Mr. Breen, and to Tillium. Now, where were we? Ah,
Oh yeah,
yes.
yes. So, yeah, we get to basically where Yolanda's in her room up there, and then Cindy appears, crouched like Spider Woman on the window, so like a little lion, little spider monkey getting ready to jump on her.
I'm
And
helping with Eclipso. Nah, 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 nah.
she does it basically because they need her help, and so she basically just says like, "Oh, you're such a weak little. We don't need you. Reverse psychology."
Yep.
And the fact is that Cindy's being honest. They don't need her. And all of a sudden, I love how she gets like, well, you can't work with them. Like, you left them like freaking 3 weeks ago, bro.
Yep.
Like, you don't care. You don't even know that Courtney was even in the Shadowland.
Yeah. So yeah, she's just been acting poor. But we get to see after that one of my favorite scenes, and
the giant burger.
No.
Oh.
Pat. He goes to
Rick's uncle.
Rick's uncle. That's right.
He's in the hospital, and basically his jaw's wired shut, and his legs and calf. He has a hand to write. For writing.
And Pat, we see he tries to appeal to him. He's like, "Listen, he made a mistake. Don't drop the charges, so that way you don't mess up his life before it even really begins." And to that, Rick's uncle writes, "Go to hell." And
he's in a notepad.
On a notepad.
I love how Pat does. He does the whole thing like, "Oh, back in the army, when people used to beat on people, women, we put them straight." So he locks the door, and then you see him when he's talking. He's saying this stuff, as he says this. You get the scene from on the hallway scene. And you see him, you just turning the shades so they're closed, and then you hear like basically Rick's uncle go just.
Yes, because Pat is like, "You're a bad guy." And we know how to deal with those.
Bad guys.
It's very sinister, but it's great because this guy's been an asshole since day one.
Yep.
But after that, that's when Yolanda does join the team once again, and the staff is feeling better.
Yeah, she gives Courtney some lip. It's like, "Where's my costume?" Like, your costume.
Well, Courtney's going to give it to her, and she hopes she sticks around. But we also get to see, this is towards the end, as Dr. Midnight and Dr. Midnight 2, they are using their goggles, and they're scanning an area looking for Eclipso. And that's when, who do we see? Little boy Bruce, which is actually Eclipso.
Yeah, they're at the little conference room.
Mm-hmm. So they turn on the glasses at the what is it called? The American Dream. I think that's what they call the place. And they're like, "We can see you for what you really are." And he basically says, "I'll tell you what you should be really worrying about. You should be worrying about the darkness, not from me, because I'm going to eat your world. I'm going to be your god. But the one you should worry about is the darkness within Courtney." And that's when we get to see Jade, who hasn't been feeling well. She's having a nightmare, and she sees evil Courtney. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, and this is a throwback to comic books. It was Eclipse. It was like a 10-issue miniseries, I think it was in the 90s, where the heroes, half their face was like basically purple, and they had like a red glowing eyes. And that's basically, we're kind of seeing with the Eclipse on here. So I like they're actually pulling from the comic books a little bit. Yeah. And it was cool before this though. And I don't know if we seen the last of Shade, because the Shade was, we see something when we was talking to Courtney's mom when she was by herself before she was interrupted by Courtney.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was a little scene between Courtney and Courtney's mom.
But the best part of the whole entire episode is Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt's not there.
All right.
But we finally Mike has been investigating, looking for the new user, and he finally finds that, it's Hakeem. And we found out also Hakeem they know each other. They both are working on the paper.
It's Jakeem.
I don't know. Hakeem. I don't know.
Hakeem.
Does it really make a difference?
A little bit. But
Not
yes,
really.
go on.
Yeah. So anyway, they're Mike tells him like, hey, there's a you got if you want to use that pen, it comes with responsibility. He's like, hey, you ever heard of the JSA? He's like, what is that? Like a Boy Scout crap? He's like, I'm not good with Boy Scouts. And they talk and they go back to his house. They talk to his bedroom. They talk more about stuff. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna save the world. And then his sister comes in like, it's your turn to do dishes. He's like, I can't. Sorry, I gotta go save the world. And like, Dad, Jakeem's not gonna do dishes. He's like, fine, just quiet. And he's like, hey, before we save the world, hey Mike, you want to help me do dishes? So we get a scene of them doing the dishes. And like when they're done, it's like, oh, it's good. And then his sister comes with it's like 30 stacks of plates, and like you can see the Mike's face is like, we're gonna be here forever.
Yeah, it's
It is really weird though that like she went like his older sister, Jakeem's older sister, called them both losers, and they just stood there, like, and I was I felt like a Malcolm in the Middle situation.
yeah. The fact that they go work on this together.
It's like anybody else would have been like, in Mike's situation, like, sure, you're the loser. Beep, 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 beep.
Yes, but that's why you're not on the show.
I was on the show. They couldn't handle my star power.
That is the end. And overall, it's a good episode. It's still a good episode. I don't think there's been a bad episode of this entire season for a show that moved to the CW. It's astounding. It is truly fantastic.
Yep. True story. True story. I was going to be Alan Scott.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, it's an inside scoop, thing, and I can't really go into, but I'll go into more detail. If you guys give us money through the Ko-Fi, maybe I'll give you guys, the inside
It'd be
scoop.
an awfully poor choice.
Yeah, that's why they turned you down for Lex Luthor.
Why? I think that's pretty fitting. But anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for joining us.
Jokes aside, I became Throg.
We will not be covering Game 2 of the Fall Classic because I barely know what any of those words mean.
You don't know what fall or classic
what fall is, and I know what classic is supposed to mean, but I believe it's supposed to be sports related.
Yeah.
See, I don't know anything sports. I am not the sport puppet. That is Froggy.
Yeah.
Tell us about the old ball game, Froggy.
The old ball game, yeah. The Dodgers winning the World Series. People crying in the streets while other ones are lighting stuff on fire. And other ones, and in Los Angeles, they're cheering from inside their houses because they're not allowed to leave.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Check out the Ko-Fi, like Froggy said. Also, go ahead and leave a like, comment if you're watching this video after. Please, it helps the algorithm. And make sure to subscribe. We're trying to build a base. We hope to get to 100 in time for at least the 1-year anniversary of the Geeky Puppet Show.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you guys saw our 50 subscriber celebration. Wait till you see the 100.
I have no idea what we're going to do for that, but it will be fun. It will be good.
Yep. So, you've never seen Breen dance like this before. Wait till we get to the 100.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you for Supergirl soon, and then Batwoman tonight. Bye!
Yeah, also, make sure you check out the graphic fossils. They're going to be around 8 o'clock, I believe, Eastern.
Yes.
So, later.